Hey, Simon Page, simonpage.com. I am here with my partner Sierra. We're going to do a little bit of something different today. Instead of doing a video on a given topic where I've explored and I have all this information to share with you, I'm actually going to bring you into a brainstorming session where I have this new idea that I'm working on in my head and I want to put it on the whiteboard. So we're going to be recording our whiteboarding session today. So, say hi, Sierra.
Hi.
So Sierra's here. So, what I want to talk about today is the 4 phases into entrepreneurship. Okay, I'm just going to write that down. 4 phases into entrepreneurship. And that is a nice long word. When you're trying to not put a lot of silence in your videos, that's a really hard one to write. Maybe I should have just put that up there. Note to self. Okay, so when you're becoming an entrepreneur, there are some distinct phases that you pass through. And as I went through them, it was just what I was going through. I didn't really notice them. As I'm more or less completing those in my current time frame, I'm looking back and thinking there are some serious cues that can tell me exactly where I am or where I was. And so I want to go over those today. Maybe you can get an idea of where you are and maybe give you an idea of what to look ahead for. So the first phase, switch it up here a little bit. The first phase is the exploration phase. And in the exploration phase, hello, autofocus. I'm not sure if this camera is going to work out. In the exploration phase, there are things that you're doing in every phase. One of them is consuming content. One of them is creating content. In the exploration phase, you're consuming at about 100%. You're not really creating content yet because you haven't really made the decision yet that this is what you're going to do. You're still asking yourself questions. Like, can I do this? Can I make money at this? Could I actually replace my income and be a full-time entrepreneur? These questions you have to answer for yourself. You might also be studying a new subject. When I first got into online marketing a number of years ago, I wasn't an online marketer. I was a software engineer. Now the tech was a nice tie over, and so I already had a foot in the door, as it were, but I was not the proud marketer that you see before you today. So, in the exploration phase, you're trying to answer the question, can I do this? Can I make money at it? Can I make enough money at it? Can I actually get in front of the camera? Can I, what would my business look like? You're asking those questions and you're researching at about 100%. The second phase that you're going to find yourself going through is the education phase. Now, it doesn't matter what you decide you're going to do, there's going to be a period where you're having to learn the transition, even if it's something that you're an expert in, that you've been doing in your career for 10 or 20 years, or if you're just getting started at it, but you have a lot of experience non-professionally. You're still going to go through an education phase because you're going to be learning not just about the subject, but about how to make that subject into a profitable business. Does that make sense? Now, in the education phase, again, you're consuming content, usually about 80%, and creating at about 20%. this is not really, you haven't really created your business yet. You may not have any of your messaging in place. You may not even know who your avatar is. This is where you're teaching yourself what's necessary to take this body of knowledge and turn it into a business online that's going to help people and make you some money. The third stage is the implementation stage. Now, there's often a lot of overlap between these two stages. Implementation and education really go hand in hand, because as you're doing it, you're going to be learning, oh, I don't know that yet, and you're going to go learn more. For the sake of drawing these out, I'm going to go ahead and put some percentages down here, but I'll come back to it and talk about something else that's really important that you need to know. So consumption and creation, it's about 50-50. You're kind of tipping the balance to going from somebody who's consuming all the time to somebody who's consuming what they need to know, but also creating content that's valuable for their audience. Now, this section right here, this is where you're going to have all of your mindset troubles, your self-doubt, your imposter syndrome, these are where you're going to be saying, I can't do this. Who's going to listen to me? Why would anybody pay attention to me? You're going to feel like a fraud. But everyone does. I've done it. If you're in the online marketing space and you know who he is, Gary Vaynerchuk has done it. Some of the most famous actors and actresses in Hollywood have done it. And again, I'm here, camera. It's like picking a point between me and it's picking a point between my face and the camera and the wall to focus on. And yeah, this isn't great, but we'll work out the technology bugs. Now, these mindset challenges, please take my word for this, they can be overcome. They're not easy necessarily. Some of them are more easy than others, but they can be overcome. I will probably be doing further videos on these. In fact, I've done some videos, especially on self-doubt. Who's going to listen to me? Go back and look for a video. I believe it was called Self-Doubt, actually, and who can you help? And then the last phase that you're going to go through is innovation. And the innovation we're going to kind of flip the education. Consumption is going to be 10 to 20%, and creation 80% or higher. And here's why I leave consumption in there. You need to always be learning. If you're going to be helping people, the more people you can help, the better you're going to be. I think it was Zig Ziglar who said, the more you earn, the more you learn. Or backwards, the more you learn, the more you earn. Keep working, no matter how far ahead you get, no matter how successful your entrepreneurship business is, keep learning. Because the more you learn, the more people you're going to be able to help. I think that's about what I had to cover. The big part is this section right here is where most people get bogged down and stuck. They let this get in the way, and they let tech get in the way. And the tech is what I'm really good at. And if I can help you with that, you know, I'll be happy to there's got to be something about autofocus that I can turn off on this camera. So there you go. The 4 phases that you're going to go through into your entrepreneurship journey. Don't worry about consuming 100%. It's totally okay to get in there and just ask questions and seek answers. The one other thing that I wanted to cover is also in this area here is where you run into what we call SOS, or shiny object syndrome. When you're learning, I think that's what it is. Every time I turn around, it focuses on something different. Let's try this. Let's try this. There we go. So when you first start learning, and as you're getting in through your education and learning about being an entrepreneur, be wary of shiny object syndrome. There's going to be products out there. There's going to be, you know, gurus out there who say, if you take my course, if you give me $1,000, I will fast track your success. Don't believe them, because their entire business is about you giving them money to fast track their success. So there are certain people out there who are good, who are facilitators. Their interest is in helping you succeed. Find 1 or 2 of those people and listen to them exclusively. Turn off all the other marketing lists that you may have, or all the other lists that you may have subscribed to from people in your niche. Get rid of all of the noise and listen to just 1 or 2 people that you have grown to trust completely. Listen to those people, follow what they teach, get to the point where you're implementing what they teach. And if they've had success, you're going to have success. Tony Robbins says, if you want to have success, find somebody who is doing something that you would love to do and model what they're doing. That's the secret to success, guys. It's not about, you know, take this one course, give one person $20,000, and suddenly you're going to have an income stream and retire on the beach. It doesn't happen that way. So 4 phases of entrepreneurship: exploration, education, implementation, and innovation. I hope that's helpful. I hope you find it interesting as far as like where you are, finding out where you are on that journey. Maybe even giving you something to where you're looking forward to. And again, I'm Simon Page, simonpage.com. If I can be of any help to you, go ahead and leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, and I will see you on the next video.